What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast, the show dedicated to talk about all the poggers things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I am one of your co-hosts, JesseKazam.
Have you ever met any celebrities in real life?
I met some basketball players before. We used to go to the Magic games and like hang out back and try to get them to autograph stuff. But I don't know that I've like bumped into a celebrity.
Yeah, I was talking earlier with chat. Something happened. Oh, one of my cats in Mewgenics was named Miranda. I made a Desperate House. I mean, not a Desperate Housewives, a Sex in the City reference. And somehow we ended up on the topic of Desperate Housewives. Anyway, I don't know. Something tells me you probably didn't. You didn't main Desperate Housewives.
No, you know, it wasn't in the rotation at the house.
Yeah, well, Ava Longoria. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
That reminded me of a fun fact about
my wife.
She got babysat by Marsha Cross one time.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Dang.
Yeah, I guess there's a family connection. I'll just say they're not related, but there's a family connection, and somehow she ended up babysitting her. Yeah, and it was like, thought that was an interesting kind of fun fact about the fam. And then I was reminded of all the obscure celebrities I've met. You look like you're about to say something.
I forgot I didn't meet him, but at one of the Twitch cons when I was in, I think we were in, we wouldn't be in Florida. We were in California.
Tyler 1 doesn't count.
No. At the airport, when we landed, we were like standing by stuff because like one of us was going to the bathroom. Bernie Sanders just walked by. Like, he had like two guys with him, and he just walked by. And we were just like, wait, what? And then that was it. It was like we didn't meet him, but it was like, hey, I know that guy.
Did he smell like communism?
Oh, yeah, it reeked.
I don't know why that just reminded me of TwitchCon, fucking airport stories.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see this?
Get together. I've been really trying, baby. Whoa, what book is that?
Get Together. Although communities feel magical, they don't come together by magic. Get Together is a guide to cultivating a community. Whether you're starting blah, 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 people, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they talk about building communities, like online communities. And I was leaving TwitchCon, I want to say it's like 2018 or 2019. And I hear, are you a Twitch partner? I was like, at the airport. And I was like, yes. I had a fucking purple partner bag. And she's like, can I do an interview with you? She's like, are you in a rush? I was like, I have a flight in like an hour, but I've got time. And she interviewed me about Twitch community stuff. And it was just like a weird serendipitous.
And then you ended up in a book.
And then I ended up in a book. Yeah. And actually a fun fact about that is I tried to use that. I thought that was applicable, but back in the day when the Twitter checkmark was like, it wasn't pay to win. It was like, you have to be, one of the criteria was like, you have to be in some kind of publication.
Yeah.
And I got rejected soundly, even though I
but
was
you
in
tried.
A book.
Yeah. That's so funny.
So,
You like, I was like core memory unlocked. Say like, yeah, you remember in the before times when the check mark meant anything?
when the check mark wasn't like shameful. Like I wish I could hide the check mark, but still like not. But you know, that's the cost of doing business.
Participation trophies aren't participation trophies if you can pay for them. Zinger.
Participation.
Participation trophies.
I met Steve Vai. I think I've showed pictures of that before. I met Rico Petrocelli, who I believe was the third baseman for the Red Sox back in like the 18th century.
I met Mark Tremonti.
You fucking told me,
Yeah.
dude. He was one of my first, like, I'm telling you, will it open your eyes?
Yeah. Oh.
That music video.
Yep.
Dude, that was the
Open their eyes.
that was why I wanted a PRS. And I wanted a
Yeah.
single cut,
Yeah. Yeah.
except at
Yeah.
the time, this was before the fucking PRS CEs were around.
Yeah.
Which paradoxically, the PRS guitars they came out with, the CEs at the time were like fucking commoner edition, basically. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were like
Yeah.
the $400 or
Yes.
$500 ones, where normally
PRS.
they were $4,000 or $5,000 guitars.
Yes.
But then they came out, but now like they're all CEs, basically. Like
Oh
even
really?
most of the nice ones still they messed around with the models. Anyway, the single cut PRSs,
Yeah. Oh,
they
dude.
made them I want to say back in the 90s, but then I think they got sued by Gibson and they stopped making them for a bit or whatever. So then they got like really
Interesting.
expensive. There was one hanging on the wall. It was, I want to say it was Whale Blue. It was like the official. It was the most beautiful guitar ever. I drooled over it for like 4 years on the wall.
Yep. Dude.
Oh yes.
Alter Bridge.
Oh my god, bro. Hing.
Oh wow! I don't know what I was expecting with Whale Blue, but that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and they were like deeper blue colors, but I really love like the faded like denim.
Dude, yes, I was gonna say, wasn't there the birds? The birds, was that a Mark Tremonti thing for the fret?
No, that's a PRS.
Was that
thing.
just yeah? Okay. I probably just because he played a lot of PRSs, but yeah. Oh yeah, the birds.
Yeah, my PRS has those. That's yeah, each one of them is like a different species of like bird. I guess like the PRS Paul Reed Smith is like a
bird guy.
I don't know, bird or whatever. We are so far down 19 rabbit holes. But yeah, dude, that was like one of the guitar solos. That's probably the guitar solo I've like mimed guitar play to more than any other.
Dude, that was genuinely one of the solos of all time. Like I remember, that song, that album, that band. Because I was big into Creed, and then Creed broke up, and Mark Tremonti went to Alter Bridge. Alter Bridge was basically all of Creed with just
without
singer
Scott Stapp. And without the Jesus.
Yeah, without Scott Stapp. And then, well, I don't even think it was after. I think during that, Tremonti released a couple albums just under Tremonti. And I think he sang in those. And I went to a show. I went to a Tremonti show, so it was small. And so we met him. Yeah, it was cool.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that solo I could play the nothing after that. and then it was turn the line 6 to like insane mode, and then with the wah pedal, and you can just go
pretty much.
You just do this and it sounds
in
insane.
The key, and you were there. You were 80% of the way there.
But so I met I was at a birthday party when I was little, and Triple H showed up. Unironically,
just showing up to kids' birthday parties.
Yeah, he was so it was a friend of mine who she had some kind of, I want to say like disability, but she was like really into wrestling.
Okay.
And Triple H is like kind of local-ish.
Interesting.
To like my general area, and like someone was like a friend of a friend and was basically like, yeah, this girl is like, some girl's a really big fan. And yeah, he just like rolled up to a birthday party, and I think we were like probably fucking 9 or something. And it was just like, oh, sup, Triple H.
Sup, dude?
Hunter Hearst Helmsley just rolling in. And then fast forward about, I don't know, 10 years later, and this is when I was working at the wind tunnel.
Okay.
Skydiving wind tunnel.
Yeah.
And in, I want to say slides, because there was more of a step, and then slide, and then a step, and then a slide, was Mick Foley.
Mick Foley?
Oh, tell me, dude. Cactus Jack? Mankind? Did you ever watch wrestling?
Not really.
You know Triple H?
I know Triple H. I know Triple H. But I don't know how Mick Foley slipped through.
Yeah, well, he had like a bunch of different personas.
He looks like a retired hockey player.
Yeah, well, here, I'm going to show you what Mick Foley's known for. Of course, I'm in incognito, so I'm going to get, like, instantly going to get a fucking ad on YouTube. Mick Foley. I'm just going to type Mick Foley insane.
Mick Foley insane.
There's there's Undertaker.
Huh? Oh.
He was the guy that would go flying off of 30-foot cages onto like thumbtacks.
Mm.
Like he would just be covered in blood, like
So he
real
was like
legit.
Steve-O before Steve-O type shit.
Steve-O wishes he
That's what I'm
had as
saying.
much physical damage as
Yeah.
Mick Foley's left arm. And he and the fact that he came in like dragging like what was a dead stump of a fucking like he looked like, oh, okay, yeah. Wrestling is real, kids. Yeah, I don't think anybody's under that illusion anymore.
No.
But the shit he did, that was
real.
Stunt man.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and he was super, super nice. I like struggled with like the ethical dilemma of like, because we printed out photos there, and I was like gonna run out back, print like a glossy 8x10 and like ask him for an autograph.
Yes.
But I'm like, I can't.
Yep.
I can't. I didn't.
Yep.
I was too much of a coward.
Yep.
Too much of a coward, dude. If they fuck up my like meal at McDonald's, I'm driving away with a smile on my face, and I'm driving across town to the other McDonald's. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just too much of a coward.
Oh man, that's so funny. Wow. Mick Foley.
That's all the celebrities I met.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm sure there's.
Yeah, I can't remember. That's an interesting question. I really can't remember if I've met any more.
Adam Sandler was eating lunch at a restaurant, and I didn't.
I'm sure he does.
He spoke to my sister. Complimented her. Like my niece and nephew for having like he's like said he had cute kids.
Gotcha.
But yeah, because he grew up in I want to say Manchester, New Hampshire, like less than half an hour from where I grew up. Yeah, so he's like from basically my hometown area.
Huh. Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Look at that. We're pretty much famous, is what we're saying. We know lots of famous people.
I mean, I have a blue check mark, so
we're famous by proxy.
Yep.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Just been.
I see you've been on Mewgenics.
Yeah. I had to finish up a couple of. So I bought like a 4-pack of like puzzle games.
Oh, nice.
It was kind of like eating at me that I didn't have them finished, so I took some breaks to like finish the other two. But yeah, Mewgenics came out a couple days ago.
I watched like 15 minutes of Northern Line playing it because it's right up his alley too. So I was just like, I saw Mewgenics. I was like, that's the game Veritas has been excited for a while. So,
yep, in the first 6 hours, sold 150,000 copies.
Jeez.
They, I mean, it's currently 78,000 people playing.
Wow.
It was more than CS2. Like it was like blew away. Yeah, they like made. I think it was like they made their 8-year development budget back in like hours.
That's cool because that's who you want that to happen to, right? Like I think
it's like 2 guys.
I was about to say, like, I was like, I know Binding of Isaac is huge, but I was like, this is indie, right? Like, this is just like a guy largely. This isn't even an indie studio. It's like a guy and his friend, right, are making this game, and they made like one of the. Game. Oh yeah, Indie Game the movie.
Oh my God, we have to watch that and do. We need to make a React channel.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, so I've heard. So I mean, he's made like one of the greatest roguelikes of all time in the Binding of Isaac, and he's been working on this 8 years. You said?
I think that's what someone in chat said the other day, or by the other day, I mean like an hour ago, and I just took their word for it because I am a sheep.
I am sheep. That's cool though. That's awesome.
But yeah, they're killing it. And
it's like XCOM, right? It's like an old school turn-based RPG where you have put the cat where you want it to go, like mechanically, like on the board, and then attack or whatever.
No, so how would you even describe the game? Well, so first of all, you start off with some cats.
Yeah.
Okay, and the cats are like RPG. They've got like strength, intel, int, health, blah blah, whatever the
RPG
fuck
style. Yeah.
RPG stats. But they also have, and I know that I'm like scratching the surface. I know there's deeper mechanics, that I'm unaware of. I just haven't unlocked them yet. But basically, like the first thing you do is you've got your cats, and you have like a food, it's not stat, but like resource.
Yeah. Okay.
Every cat consumes like one food. It's like a chicken leg, and you can basically say like go to the next day. So when it goes to the next day, everything eats like one, and you basically have, it's all RNG based, but like two of your cats might mate, or two or more of your cats might mate. You might have like a fuck session for all night,
Nice.
Sometimes one tries to mate with the other and the other one isn't for it, says no, basically. There's all kinds of stuff that I remember being in like some of the teasers. Yeah, there's so much that I don't know 100% what's in the game and what isn't, because I remember seeing stuff early on versus what I've seen so far by playing it. But basically you breed the cats, so like the cat that the kitten or kittens that are born are like some evolutionary byproduct of the parents. They can inherit traits, and then their stats get scrambled, and you basically go out with a team of 4, and they have collars. So the collars determines their class.
Gotcha.
And so far I've seen there's fighter, tank, mage, cleric, like rogue, and like archer, ranger,
Okay.
whatever. And I think there's more, but I just haven't gotten that far. And so you take your little team out and you go on like this expedition, and it's almost like a board game kind of map where you like go from and it's like there's a fight, and then there's like a thing where you kind of roll the dice to like get an item or nothing, or like a debuff. And there's like a store, and then you go and get like a reward, and then there's like a boss fight, and then it's just kind of like rinse and repeat until you get to the end. And once you get to sort of the end, you can go effectively to like level 2, which is like one layer deeper, which is like the sewers. There's another one that's like the junkyard. I've only been there once, and I basically insta died. And if your cats die, as you're going through, you're collecting all of these items, whether it's food to take back to your home, or they're like basically like equipables, like hats, sunglasses, whatever. And a ton of them are Binding of Isaac adjacent.
Gotcha.
Like literally like the items, obviously with like different sort of
stats and stuff, but
implementation here. But if you die, you lose everything that you took out with you. And you lose all the food, and those cats are gone forever. So like my first little save file, I very quickly like ran out of food and was kind of in like a perma shit cycle where it was like it was just worth it to like start over. So I started over late yesterday, and I'm playing on the second save file. So I don't know really what happens when you go deeper and deeper. I'm sure there's more than just like the sewers and the junkyard. I think there's like deeper. So the game is called Mewgenics. Obviously, it's a play on Mew, like Kitty Mew, but also like eugenics, right? It's basically like you're genetically engineering, breeding like a cat army, for like RPG dungeon crawling. But there's all kinds of like deeper stuff. I think that you can have more control over the breeding. I'll know more next week for sure.
Yeah.
But like, there's everything from the cats can be, they can have like autism, which like gives you like debuffs and buffs.
Oh
like
my
it might be like
God, bro.
They can be like gay. There's just like a million things they can be that will affect their stats in some way, affect their behavior, give them perks. I don't even remember what so many of them are.
That's great.
Now, so at the end of the day, they can fight, but also they can mate, but they also have a chance to fight, which
Oh,
basically
each other.
yeah. So and that all that depends on like your house's, like you have to like kind of clean up their poop. I mean, you just like click.
Yeah, yeah.
Them. But like there's furniture that kind of is like how stimulated are they, how much fun are they having, how
Yeah.
comfortable are they, are they fed enough, are they sick, are they injured, that like determines how likely they are to either mate or to fight.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing the beginnings of you unlock rooms for your house, and it didn't really make sense as to why that would be the case, but I'm my hunch is that the that allows you to control the breeding in some way, right? Like you might have a room that's for all the ones that you like want
Oh, yeah.
to
Okay.
mate,
Yeah, yeah,
because you
yeah.
like or you want to keep them away from the fighting or whatever. So far, I have like the attic and just the main room.
Yeah.
But then there's all these NPCs that are either like stores or you can ship off the cats to them, basically like give them away.
Get them out of here.
And sometimes they either want, like, some of them want kittens, some of them want ones that have been on adventures, some of them want ones that are like above level 5 or age 5. And one of the interesting things is that if you go out on an adventure and you come home at the end, because you can choose to either go deeper or to come home. When you come home, you can never use them again. They're retired.
Oh, okay.
So there's a little bit of like a sort of risk reward of like, these guys are good. Do I want to keep them for breeding? Or do I want to like go deeper and get the benefits of them being good? So it's like a really interesting.
So it's like a persistent save file. So you could get through to the boss, and then instead of going down a level, you come home. But that doesn't mean the game is over. That just means now you're home. You've retired your cats. You can go out again on the same level you're on.
I think it
or go deeper from there.
I think it starts at like level 1 again.
So it's like you can build up some cats, bring them home, retire them, use them for breeding, start level 1 again, hope that those breeding now at the end of level 1, your second time, you've got even stronger cats. Now you go down. Interesting.
Yeah. So basically, I think like the play loop is going to be.
That's cool.
You end up like breeding the cats. So usually they're like age 2 or 3 now. Oh, and at the beginning of every day too, 1 or more stray cats show up.
Okay.
And you can choose to like either throw them in the grinder or like give them away to one of the other NPCs or to like use them. And that could be helpful if like, on day 1, if none of your cats mate, you don't have any kittens. It's like, well, I've only got, I actually just experienced one case where all of my cats were either like retired or kittens. And if they're like an age 1 kitten, they can't go out on a mission. But like every day they basically like go up, they age. So I like didn't have enough. I didn't have 4. So what happened was 3 strays showed up. It was the first time I was like, holy shit, 3 strays. But then there's like it's like a Mario warp pipe. That's how you get to like the NPCs. So you like pick up the cat and you just like drop it in the warp pipe and then you choose like which one it goes to. But the warp pipe was like closed off. So it was like, oh shit, well now I can't. And I think that's a way to control. You could exploit, I guess, if you just like kept getting rid of cats every day.
Yeah.
You don't want to have just like 2 giga cats. You just keep breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding.
Yeah.
So I think it was a way to like, we're going to give you 3. It was almost like I feel like it was like the prep horror. You don't have any money. Here's a
little kit. Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I feel like I have just scratched the surface of the game. And if I know anything about, they worked on this for 8 years. It can't possibly be only what I've seen thus far. I think like where I've gotten this far is like basically the fucking tutorial.
Yeah. Okay. But when you get into combat, it's like turn-based, right? And you like you move them around the grid, and then so you can like move and then you can attack. Those are 2 separate actions. You can like move a guy here and then select his ranged attack and range him.
Yeah. So like if you have a fighter, for example, his basic attack is going to be some melee, and it's either, usually it's like, in like a T across kind of thing where it's like you can attack in one direction. So like your movement matters, your positioning matters, especially when the enemies can do things like they can throw a bomb on the ground that will extend the full like X and Y radius. And like if it gets hit, it'll explode unless you hit it, then you disarm it. So like you don't want your characters to end on that location. But there's all kinds of, I mean, dude, this like every time I see a new ability or like passive, because all of your cats have passive abilities, but then they also have active abilities. All of them have mana, and that's based on your intelligence stat. So every turn you like gain however much int you have. And so then you can like do your main attack once, and then all of your you have a bunch of effectively spells, but they can be attacks as well. And as long as you have mana, you can do as many of those things. It might be healing, it might be running away, it might be like grabbing a teammate and throwing them. There's all kinds of pickups that spawn on the ground, whether it's you kill enemies or break rocks. There's like coins and like food to like heal, and so there's just like a full on, you know, moving around. Depending on your speed, that's basically like your initiative in like D&D. It's like, you know, so if your speed is high, then you move, you're the first one to move. And yeah, it's this really kind of robust, synergistic. Right now, the build I have right now, it's like, I don't know why or how, but I'm like, I feel like I'm 100 times more powerful than like any of the teams I've had before. I'm just like going through and like one-shotting everything. Things are just fucking exploding, and it's like I need to like take a step back and like look. I'm like,
what's going on here?
Because I didn't do anything, and I don't think that any of these are like bred. Like,
that's cool, man.
But it seems like it's going to be probably really fun, strategic.
Replayable.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of those games. I'm sure you can put thousands of hours into it, but I know I've just scratched the surface, and I'm excited to see.
That's freaking
sick.
Oh
yeah, but every single time I see, so when you like level up, you can choose a new ability or a new passive. Every one is like different. They're like all different all the time. It's crazy the level of like how much versatility and variety there is. There's like crazy synergies where it's like there was one that was it was like divine fire or something like that, and it was like my cleric, there's like a radius around them that's like safe area, and otherwise it like bathes every square in fucking cleansing light that like if anything dies, it vaporizes the corpse. So like if one of your teammates goes down, at the end they'll get revived if you win the fight. But that'll like yesterday I was playing, and all of a sudden I was like, why do I only have 3 cats? Like, what the fuck? And I just accidentally like fucking
murdered your own
burned
cat.
them to ashes. Yeah, there's crazy synergies. There's all kinds of really, really interesting mechanics. I can't even describe it. You just check it out.
That's awesome.
If this is like something that you're interested in.
That's cool. Well, that's sick, man. Hell yeah. Mewgenics. It's like RimWorld and XCOM and Binding of Isaac and cat breeding.
And D&D.
But cats.
And cats fucking.
And cats fucking.
And the soundtrack is phenomenal.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name of the guy. What's his name? Is it Ridiculon?
Ridiculon.
Yeah, Planet Ridiculon. Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure he did all the Isaac stuff, and yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Fantastic music. So
that's awesome. Hell yeah. Well, got a lot of gaming stuff going on this week. Before we move on, I want to take a quick second and thank the first sponsor for this episode, and that is Ridge, the last wallet you will ever need, the ultimate minimalist / maximalist wallet. It's the perfect in between. It's literally so simple, insanely high quality materials being made. They last forever, and yet they are, and yet they can do everything you need to do. They are not like I say all the time. I got a minimalist wallet a while ago, and I literally I had to shove in like my driver's license and like 3 credit cards or like 3 other cards, and I like couldn't get them out. It was so annoying. Look at how thin that is with nothing in it, and it can hold up to 12 cards. So it's like if you have 3 cards and some cash, you can throw that in there, and you're minimalist as hell. If you have 12 cards for some reason, it fits all those as well. Insanely premium materials, like freaking, where are they? They're like, you can get like gold ones now. There's like aluminum. There's the carbon fiber. I've got the carbon fiber one. You've got the like Damascus. Burnt Damascus one. They're amazing.
Dude, I used to have a minimalist wallet that was the leather one. It was really, really nice, but it really could only hold like 1, 2, 3, 4 cards max. And it was like, had trouble closing and whatever. And this one, I mean, I've got debit card, insurance card, Costco card, the podcast debit card, friggin' vaccine thing I needed for flying that I still have for whatever reason, my driver's license, my AAA card, my credit card, and 2 business cards that I got from like kitchen places. And it's like, it just has no problem at all fitting in. And I feel like I could very easily add a ton more to it. It's so small that I don't even notice it in my back pocket, which is awesome because I hate having like a lumpy giant wallet sticking out of my jeans. And I've said a million times before, it's like a conversation piece. I swear to God, every time I go anywhere, the grocery store, someone at the gas pump saw from like across the thing and was like, yo, sick wallet, dude. And he was asking me all about it. They're phenomenal. They'll last forever. The materials are like the best quality that you can imagine. And I mean, what else?
They're great. There's an insane amount of styles, over 50 colors and styles to choose from. You can get a wallet that features every NFL or MLB or college team. They have a built for life warranty. So even if it's lost or stolen, they've got you covered. They've got RFID blocking technology in there, and they even have now Ridge tracker cards. So it's like a card you can slide in, but then it's like if you ever lose your wallet, you can know where it is. So that's kind of like a very convenient wallet thing. It's not like a big puck, but it's like a card you can slide in. Premium materials like titanium, carbon fiber, aluminum, the leather. That's what it is. Dude. That's what it was. It wasn't gold.
That's the next one I'm getting.
Yes, it wasn't gold that I saw on the website. It was the leather. That was the one where I was like, oh, I bet that over time that just like looks so good. Oh, yeah. They're sick.
And even they have a new clip design too from the one I have.
Yeah, they recently redid it. It's the Ridge 2.0, 10% lighter, which it was already like weighed nothing. It has improved cash straps, money clips, and AirTag attachments, and improved surface design with tonal logos matching and matching plated cash straps. So yeah, it's it's already gotten better. Over 100,000 5-star reviews, and they create all sorts of everyday essentials as well. Like they sent us that battery backup, which was super sick. I think they even do like luggage and stuff now. So yeah. So for limited time, our listeners can get 10% off by using code POGCAST at ridge.com and use code POGCAST. You're all set. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. That is once again code POGCAST for 10% off at ridge.com. Thank you to Ridge for sponsoring this episode. Bazinga.
Yeah.
Well, that's sick, man. Mewgenics, Karen, you've been gaming, man. Lots of good stuff going on.
Yeah, all we need is light no fire, and we'll be.
Dude. 2026. Dispatch, Cairn, Mewgenics, Light No Fire. Like, Veritas is eating good gaming in 2026. If Light No Fire comes in 2026, please God. Yeah. And over in my land, still playing lots of Ark. Dude, there has been some hilarious bugs happening in in Arc these past couple weeks. So
Manga.
there was one that was kind of going on for a while, but underground, and nobody's really talking about it. And then it finally blew up. So there was a bug in the game where you could dupe anything that was like placeable or throwable. So you would like take a stack. So there's two. You would split the stack and then put it in your hand and then recombine the stack and then split the stack again or something like that. And then whatever was in your hand, you could just throw infinitely or use infinitely. So people could place like infinite zip lines. You could throw infinite grenades. And they had recently added an event. Like one of the map conditions was called Bird City, which basically the map Buried City, there were like every chimney, there was like a bird's nest in that you could search. And one of the loot items in the game is a rubber duck. And they added like 10 different rubber ducks to the game. And one of them is the purple one. It's the rarest one. And it's like 15,000 coins, whatever. But so, and for some reason, the ducks are throwables because you can use them to distract because they make a squeak when you throw them. So basically, people were able to print infinite money because they would they would find this really high value duck and then they would dupe it and just throw it on the ground infinitely and then pick them all up. And you could like leave with like 2 million coins or whatever. So it was like, it touched the economy.
We're talking about Arc?
Yeah. It touched
I'm so confused.
the economy because people were printing infinite money. And it was like horrendous in PvP because people could just throw infinite grenades. And so luckily I missed it, bro. So what happened was Peanut showed it on stream. He showed how to do it, and then he spent just the whole night doing it. Just like throwing it. And it's so funny because like some people are like, he should be banned. And then some people are like, he's 500 IQ because he basically forced their hand. Because apparently the bug had been in the game for a while. He showed it on stream to 150,000 people. Apparently the like 8 hours after he showed it on stream, the game was unplayable. It was at like 70% of all people in all raids were like, I was asleep, but I heard it was like so bad. And like 8 hours after he showed it on stream, like by the time I woke up the next morning, it had been patched. So, dude, it was like he showed it.
Oh, not the erotic defense.
Yeah. Thank Christ that I was not playing during that time, because once again, whether you think he did it as some 500 IQ thing or he did it just to be a dick and he should get banned, what happened was after he showed it, it got crazy. Like it was, the servers were struggling. Yeah. Because people were like duping so many entities that there were just like so many more loot entities on the map. Like it was.
So it was like every massive map was like a half of a factory instance.
Yeah.
In Tarkov.
Yes. So it was crazy. And so, but dude, they're in this like Tarkov whack-a-mole right now because like they deployed that patch, and then like a couple hours later, people found another exploit where you could like infinitely repair your guns without spending any money or mats. And that's a big resource sink in that game, is repairing, like especially the good guns that you use like cost high level mats to repair. So they could infinitely do that. And then there was some like gun switching thing where if you switched your guns in your backpack really fast, it would increase their magazine capacity for some reason. I have no idea why, but that then became super prevalent. People would have like 1,000 round magazines and like SMGs and just like it was just crazy. So then those bugs got like insanely prevalent and all over the place. And then the next day they patched those bugs. And then now there's like you could like put a zip line. Dude, people are finding the crazy. You could put a zip line on an augment and then freaking, I don't know, shoot it. And then like the queen goes flying out into outer space. I have no idea. I can't keep up with it. But it's been some like crazy ass spaghetti code shenanigans. Like I'm like having Tarkov PTSD, dude.
Well, so what'll be interesting is if once they get patched, or after they've been patched, if that's now or whatever,
Yeah.
if you ever see them again.
Yes, that's a great question.
Because that's one of the every bug in Tarkov was patched 8 times.
Yes, that's the truest statement ever.
Which is like a different level of spaghettification.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
yeah,
very true. That's very true.
That'll be a key insight.
Which once again, I'm not even like saying I really have like a stake in this argument, but you know, a lot of people think like, you know, you have the whole gamut of like representation where people think people that exploit should be banned. People think that people that are doing exploits shouldn't have no repercussions because they didn't do anything. It's just the game and they're just like using the game's exploits to their favor. And then you have people who are like, you know, maybe exploiters should catch like a 7-day suspension or a 30-day suspension. They shouldn't be banned, but they shouldn't, whatever. But they set, regardless of where you fall on that, Embark has set a pretty clear precedent because like really early on when the game launched, there were tons of exploits with the geometry of the game. Like Stella Montis particularly, there were lots of ways you could just climb outside of the boundary of the map. And then you could shoot into the map, but people could not shoot. They couldn't see you or shoot back at you. So people would just hang out in the roofs. And like literally that happened to me all the time. We would be running around Stella and then people would just shoot us from the roofs and it was whatever. And they didn't really ever, not that anybody really noticed, like ban or suspend any of those people. And so now the precedent is just set that whenever somebody makes a TikTok about a new exploit, it just kind of goes crazy because nobody's really like worried about anything happening. So it's been like whenever stuff like this happens, and then when it's like infinite grenades or infinite ammo, like those are really game breaking. Tarkov has had its game breaking bugs, but a lot of the times it would also just be like, I don't know, little stuff like infinite grenades is just like, oh no, oh god, oh no, oh god. So it's been very weird over the past like week. They've been playing whack-a-mole pretty nonstop. So but other than that, I mean, it's been fun. It's been this is a game, I think we talked about this last week, but this is a game where I feel like okay, I don't know this to be true. This is my perception of reality, is that like there's really hard cutoffs where I get like moved around in like skill-based matchmaking. I don't even know if there is skill-based matchmaking, but it feels like you're like, oh, all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm in the Turbo Chad lobby. And then all of a sudden I'm in the like, oh, I'm in the like my skill level people lobby. That I've been having that whiplash all week long. Once again, if I could be convinced there is no skill-based matchmaking in Ark, but my experience feels so strongly that there is, and that like even in games that have skill-based matchmaking, I've never felt the like whiplash so strongly. Where like we'll go for like 2 or 3 hours, and it's just like not even that we live every time, but it's like just normal fights, and then all of a sudden one raid is like every player is Tfue or Ninja, where it's like just like everything you would think. Like imagine, you know, the meme, the Fortnite, you know, where people would build these insane things in like 6 seconds. It's like that, but with Arc Raiders movement, rolling, snap hooking, putting up barricades, throwing grenades, pre-firing me, and it's just like every fight, every player, even if we win, there's another team showing up. When we die and we're like crawling around, another team will show up and kill the team that killed us, all with that same like movement and insanity. It's just like, whoa. And then when you get in that lobby, it's those players for like 4 hours, nonstop death. I won't survive a raid. I'm playing against literal, like the Magnus Carlsen of Arc Raiders, every player, every raid. And then I'm always like, holy shit. And then the next day I hop on and it's like totally fine. Fun raids. I die some, I win some, I die some, I win some, I die some, I win some. And then it's like, oh, you're going to die. It's so weird. Now that's 100% just like my perception. There could be like a million explanations to it, but holy moly, it's been weird.
It's so crazy thinking about like just hearing about like Turbo Sweat lobby, that kind of thing. It's like hard for me to understand
Yeah.
what that's like.
Oh, just in Arc Raiders specifically?
No, I mean just in like
Oh.
I'm thinking about it in like Tarkov, like if it was a thing,
Oh.
like it's I would only ever experience someone who like whiffed 100 shots somehow on me, and but that's only if I was like memeing, because otherwise I would kill them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either instantly or quickly. So I mean, I guess with the time to kill being so long,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like with Tarkov, it was like that person's clearly a noob, which was like 3% of the fights.
Yeah.
The like average fight, which was like 60% of the fights, and then like 38% was like, oh, they're cheating.
Well, see, that's interesting. So I played Tarkov not longer than you in time, but longer than you in like recency.
Yeah.
And I really started to feel towards the end, like some people have made videos about it, like the death of the casual player in Tarkov. It's gotten continually more grindy, continually more samey. Like if you've played like the quests are just the same over and over again. So a lot of the casual people, a lot of the like Arc Raiders type casual people, the people that really just play like a little bit, I think a lot of those people were moving away from Tarkov because they'd either had their fill, like, yeah, I got Kappa once, or I did my thing, or, the cheating was getting bad, or you would just get deep into a wipe, which would always shorten the player base down to kind of like the streamers and the grinders, right? Like, so like,
yeah.
When you were like 6 months into a wipe in like 2024 or 2025, the fights were like, it was, dude, I used to just like sit there and roll my eyes because every person was like, jump check, right hands only, jiggle, like the Ferrari peak or whatever it's called, the WAC. Like literally you would never see, it was like, bop, bop, brr, brr, jump check. And literally sometimes I would just like roll my eyes and just run at them because like the fights they're so boring like that. Now it's 100%.
I genuinely can't think of a single fight I've ever had that was like that.
Yeah. It's genuinely don't play.
I got out at the right time.
Yeah, you did. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like I watch guys that play that way. That is objectively the best way to play Tarkov. Like only hold right hands, jiggle peek only, play to the net code, headshots, high caliber, DMRs, MDR, M80, M61. You can get a crisp one, like 100%. That is the way to succeed the most often. It happens to be
play CS:GO.
Exactly. It happens to be the way I least enjoy interacting with the game because then you have like Chad rats where it's like they'll never move unless they're in like the powerful position. So if like they're on the right hand, they're never going to move. They're never going to push you. They're never going to do anything because they don't want to give up that powerful position. So it's like, once again, totally fine. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But that was kind of the almost like Tarkov has no SBMM, but you would get towards the end of the wipe and you would just have a higher percentage chance of fights like that. And I was always like, ugh, get me out of here. Oh. Anyways, but yeah, in Arc, it's like, there's the breadth is so wide. Like a lot of people in chat, when we get into those lobbies, people in chat are like, dude, I've never even seen this type of gameplay. The people that are fighting us, not me, not like you guys are great, but because like there's so many silos of like skill level in like and PvP level and aggression level that the game is so wide. Some people are like, I literally have never shot another player. Like I didn't even realize this was happening. And it's like,
yeah,
we're
it's like
getting
a Gold Nova 1 and CS:GO
Spider-Man. Yeah, it's insane.
Playing against a team of like LEMs, like they would just think they were all cheating. Because they would get shot 3 pixels past a corner at every corner. They'd be just like running along, all of a sudden flashbang, and then when it clears, they're just looking at like they're spectating a teammate.
Yeah. Now, I've heard that cheating is really bad. I've never played a game that I didn't hear that cheating was really bad. I will say that like I have a pretty a lot of the times when you like look at a guy and you're like, that was weird, and then you check them and it's like what's so nice about Arc Raiders, bro, is that if they're playing on Steam, from within Arc Raiders, it shows you the name of the guy that killed you. You know how in Tarkov you can click view profile?
Oh yeah, you can see their Steam
in
profile.
Arc Raiders,
They have
it's
a
their
VAC ban or
Steam
whatever.
profile. Yes, so you can like see if there's a VAC ban, or a lot of times what was happening is they were like a level 0 Steam account, and they actually just fixed this the other day. But people that were getting banned were able to just create a new Steam account and then do the Steam friends and family sharing. So they would just say this brand new Steam account's my brother, and then they could play Arc Raiders again without having to buy the game again. So they were using that. So they closed that loophole. They made an announcement about it. But like, there have been quite a few times recently where like I'm a little weirded out and I send the report and then I get my kit back the next day. So like, obviously the cheating is there, but most of the time, genuinely, when we're dying in these lobbies like this, I'm not suspicious. It's just that they're like, oh my God, they're like, they were not like, so many times to die, I'm like, they were 9 moves ahead of me. Like I didn't even get a chance to reload. They were just like, it feels like skill. Like it feels like they're just better than me. Holy shit. But it's not that big of a deal because Gears.
You need to like clip some examples of that.
Yeah.
I want to see what that looks like in a game like that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But what's nice is that like, it's so easy to get gear in Arc Raiders. So like you have a bad day, it sucks. You know what I mean? Because you're like, that doesn't feel good to lose a lot. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's
also not 20 minutes to get into another raid.
It's not 20 minutes to gear up. It's not 20 minutes to get into another raid. And gear just in general is not that hard to come by. Once again, we talked about this. This was our conversation last week, but literally worst case scenario, you just free kit 10 times. And as soon as you load into the raid, you surrender and give up. And then you're in the PvE lobbies, basically. And then now you can just get anything you want. So that's like worst case scenario. But yeah. So it's been interesting. Oh yeah. This was all like a diatribe off of, once again, I could be convinced. I could sit down and be convinced that I know there are more explanations to what I'm feeling than there's definitely hidden SBMM that's tied to the ABMM and I'm just getting put into the whatever. Like maybe it's time of day. Maybe every day at noon, all the sweats hop on. Maybe it's a million other things. Maybe the trio lobbies are more sweaty than the duos. And maybe I hadn't noticed that it's normally when our third hops in that it would get to it. It's like, I'm not saying like I'm for sure think, but to explain what it feels like this past week for me to play Arc, it almost feels like that. It feels like there's SBMM and it feels like there's really hard cutoffs. And it's just like hard to catch a vibe. That is what's nice about Tarkov is no SBMM means like over time, an average experience really does emerge. Of course, maybe you run into 3 cheaters in a row. Maybe you run into Desmond 3 times in a row. Maybe you run into a brand new.
Here's the range, and then it kind of goes.
Yes, over time for sure, certainly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been weird, but it's so fun, man. I've been really enjoying it. It's a game I feel myself getting better at. I feel myself like locking into the intricacies of what to do and when to flank and when to play close and when to use utility. And like, we've had some really awesome like team raids these past couple of days. So it's like the experience is just like all over the place. Like you can pop in and I'm like, I haven't lived for 2 hours and I'm like, this game sucks. And then sometimes I'm like, we're on a run and we're having a great time, but I'm still very much so enjoying the game. But it is a little weird seeing so many bugs pop up so frequently and them kind of constantly on the back foot to patch them. And then every time they patch it, it opens up another bug and they're like, oh no, they're entering the spaghetti code. But it is funny that you mentioned, yeah, interesting if any of the bugs come back. Like that's an interesting.
Yeah, that's a different kind of spaghetti that I'm going to make a prediction based on very little information other than my software development experience that none of these bugs.
Yeah.
You'll see maybe similar, maybe, whatever, but you won't see those bugs again once they get patched.
I agree. I think that there's like a lot of, I think the argument of like, how do I say this? I think the argument of like, they didn't realize how successful the game was going to be, give them time. I think that has some merit, but I think that gets overused. Like at the end of the day, it's their job to like make a good game and ship it with good code and play test it and write and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're way past that.
Yes, I agree. I think that's good to keep in mind and remember, and they have shown that they are like trying, right? Like sometimes Tarkov bugs would be in the game and they wouldn't even acknowledge it until like the next wipe. So if a bug was found month 1 of the wipe, that bug wouldn't get closed until wipe day. Like, you know what I mean? So they have acknowledged, like they have shown that they are trying to at least respond well. You know, one could make an argument that they should be more proactive and they should be catching these things, but at least they are making a huge effort to like respond well and quickly. But so this is not to say this as an excuse, but I do think they maybe underestimated how I think they underestimated how PvP heavy the PvP side of the game was going to be. Because the game was very clearly like a PvE driven game. It was a PvE only game, and then they added PvP, and then even in interviews since, they were like, PvP is really just like the salt and pepper on the game. Like the CEO of Embark still says like Arc Raiders is a PvE game, and the threat of PvP adds flavor and tension and dynamic range to that PvE game.
Yeah.
And I get that, and I think that that's fine. That I would never say that they should change it one way or the other. But what I'm saying is I think they underestimated how sweaty the game was going to get really fast on this side of the spectrum. So let's say you have 1 million people playing, you know, 333,000 of them are like never engaging in PvP. 333,000 of them are like engaging every once in a while, and they like that middle ground. And 333,000 are like bulldoze. I think they underestimated how like sweaty and how much these people will break the game. Like they just keep doing it every second. Like, you know what I mean? I think they were just like, yeah, everyone's going to shoot the arc and, you know, shoot each other sometimes. And you have a community in the game that is like turbo, like competitive and, you know, treating it like the old Gears of War days and stuff like that, which I'm in that camp, to be clear. I'm like, we're like face checking PvP 24/7, but I think they underestimated how much those people can break a game. Like,
yeah.
Because they be breaking it. But yeah,
bro, before well, I don't know if you were going to change the subject or
no.
if you still got more arc stuff.
No, that was really all my arc stuff.
Random side note. Have you ever seen the movie Arrival?
Yes.
Okay.
Great movie.
So I just watched it again.
Denis Villeneuve.
I don't speak French.
Well, he directed it.
I know.
Okay.
So what's funny is that like watching it the second time, I realized like I don't know if I like wasn't like quite locked in when I was watching it or what, but like for some reason I think like the significance and kind of the main sort of story beats I think were kind of lost on me.
Okay.
I must have been playing Skyrim or some shit while,
yeah.
you know,
Subway
like half paying
Surfers,
attention.
Yeah.
The movie's literally 10 years old. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah, spoilers ahead.
But yeah, there'll be a spoiler or 5. But I had a really interesting series of events. So first of all, I watched the movie again and was like, oh shit. I didn't realize like the entire thing about the like timing.
Yeah.
The causality, the sort of the flashbacks were actually premonitions kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't catch any of that.
Really? I
didn't catch any
can't
of that.
remember all the pieces right now, but I remember that being like a, you know, that's one of those movies where like the end is the beginning, but it's different and you're like, holy shit, oh my God, like mind explosion. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel like I mean maybe it just didn't like hit hard. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but like seeing it this time, I was like, wait, what? Like what the fuck? Like I don't remember that being the core. To me, it was like they fucking figured out the alien language and there was some other shit. And like, I guess it was, to me, the core idea was that like, oh, the aliens just want humans to come together before they'll like fuck with them again.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of not exactly. That's like 2% of the sort of plot.
Yeah.
So then I was like, fuck, like there's there's obviously some shit I missed here. So I went and watched one of those like explain, the kind of plot explained, the ones I've seen like 7 of Dark on.
Yes.
Or 7 of On Dark.
Yeah.
And what was super fascinating was they were just talking about, this whole like cyclical sort of thing. And all I was thinking about was some of the aspects they were talking about. I was thinking about just like, and I actually can't remember the connection that I was making because something happened later on that like totally took my mind off of it. But I don't know if if there was like some point that the guy was making that was a little bit like relevant in like either the video I just came out with or something I was thinking about making or something. I don't remember exactly the details. But then out of nowhere, all of a sudden he's like, yeah, this it touches on this idea of the Kuleshov effect. And I was just like, wait a minute. Fuck? And it was like, I watched this movie the second time to have a totally different experience the second time. Then I find out like it's all about like experiencing things like out of order and the cyclical thing. And I was like, yo, I wonder like how much of this inspired a thing. And then all of a sudden he starts talking about the thing I didn't hear about until like right before I finished my thing that I had.
That inspired a whole chapter of your video. Yeah.
It was just so weird, the like series of events. But I just needed to know if you had seen that because if not, I was going to tell you to go watch it.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a bunch of movies that we've talked about before that you have to watch. I'm telling you, we need to like, whether it's on the Patreon or whether or not if we fucking started like a second, I feel like we should do some like reaction shit.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy like lately I've just been enjoying like my disconnect from the fucking world basically has been like, I want to watch like Saving Private Ryan while someone who has never seen it watches it. You know what I mean?
Like the sleep token stuff. Like what
I was doing with the sleep token stuff. Yeah. I actually came across a channel that I've been binging called Lightweight Reaction. And it's insane to me how you can find someone. I'm pretty sure she's like around our age, probably closer to your age. She's younger than me, I would guess.
Okay.
But I can never tell like how young anyone is. Not that it really matters. Anyway, like generationally, the reason why that's relevant is because like to have somebody our age who hasn't seen Lord of the Rings, Interstellar, Forrest Gump, The Dark Knight, Saving Private Ryan, Gladiator, Jurassic Park, Shawshank Redemption, Jaws, Back to the Future, Terminator, Full Metal Jacket, Braveheart, Predator.
There's no way.
All of Band of Brothers, Aliens, Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, Top Gun, The Sixth Sense, Alien, Inception, The 300.
How did you escape? You had to have worked hard to not watch any media to escape all that growing up when we grew up. Holy shit.
I have no idea. Maybe she like explains that in one of her other videos. But anyway, it's like in terms of React content, it's because like React content gets a bad rap because it's a dime a dozen. Everybody and their mother is a reactor. None of them, all they just do is go, oh shit, and then they just like, that's it. But she actually has really great commentary. Makes some really interesting like predictions. She's really funny. Anyway, so I would recommend that the channel Lightweight Reacting. But yeah, the more I watch it, the more I can like appreciate how cool and enjoyable that content can be.
Yeah.
And I just think like one of the things I was thinking about was, first of all, how like you have a million things you need to watch.
Bro.
So I'm like, we just gotta fucking do them together because I get so much enjoyment out of like watching someone experience a thing.
Yeah.
That, like you're like, you got to see this, and you're kind of like looking at the screen, looking at them, looking at you, like we all know that kind of feeling. But I was also thinking too in my new place, I'm like tempted to probably on like, it wouldn't be on my main channel, it would be on either a new channel or a second channel. But I'm considering doing like, if my dad is up for it, like I get my dad to come chill with me and like react to stuff he hasn't. Like I don't know if he's seen
That
John
would be
Wick.
dope. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like he would enjoy John Wick. A whole bunch of other media that I think that'd be cool. To
That
have, like,
would be
fucking
awesome.
Dad reacts.
Dad reacts. There's something. There's some great. There's somewhere in there. There's like a great dad joke pun for what you could call either the series or the channel.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
something in there. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like it's the like most normal reaction, like good reaction content is just like it's like the oldest thing ever because you see a thing and you're like, oh my god, and then you show a friend and you're like, you want to see how they are going to react to that. So it's like real reaction content when there's like actually somebody reacting to a thing and commenting is always great. It's always great.
Yeah, and especially because like I like. It's easy to tell when people like aren't genuine and when they're trying too hard.
Yeah, of course.
And like I was talking about with Lightweight Reacting's channel, you can tell it's absolutely like super genuine, and I'm like a fucking movie crier.
Yes,
like,
bro.
Nothing, dude. There's nothing better than like seeing, you know, an underdog. You know,
I love crying in movies, bro.
Fighting for people they love, you know, or sacrificing or whatever. And so it's like just watching like Forrest Gump and Interstellar and like all the moments I fucking cry at every time. She's like Waterworks, which is like, I don't know. I'm sure I'm weird. I'm sure like a bunch of people think it's cringe. I don't care. Like it's genuinely. Listen, talk to me when you're fucking 37.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know you know that. You figured out emotions aren't fucking cringe.
Yeah. But they'll be reacting to TikToks, not movies. Anyways. No, that's sick. That's awesome. What's the channel? What?
Lightweight Reacting.
Lightweight.
Yeah, Lite.
Lightweight. Speaking of another tangent.
Lightweight.
Videos you recommended to me. I watched that Be Smart video on the smelling.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was crazy. The like
wow, right?
Yeah, the what scent science, I guess. Like what did you call that? I don't know. That was a great video. That was Smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Smelly-acier. Yep. That's the one. Well, before we move on, I do want to take a second and thank the second sponsor for this episode, and that is Huel. Dude, I had actually had Huel today for lunch because it was like 1:30 and I was like, whoops, forgot to eat. And I had the strawberry banana, banging. I've had the peanut butter one, banging. I think the coffee one's my favorite. Chocolate and vanilla are both great. Strawberry banana was great. But yeah, Huel, with their RTD drinks, ready to drink Black Edition. That's what we have right there. Like we said, a bunch of flavors. Peanut butter protein, peanut butter, chocolate, vanilla, iced coffee, and strawberry banana. And it's great, man. It's a meal replacement, not just like a protein drink. 35 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins and minerals, no artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors. And it's under $5 per meal. You get a complete meal you can literally grab and go. I was really like, I know I say this every time. I know it sounds like it's part of the ad read, but it's really not. I was so genuinely surprised. Like you can ask my wife. I was like, this tastes like chocolate milk. The first time way back when they sponsored us and they sent us that first case, I was like, this tastes like chocolate milk. I was just expecting it. I don't know. When you hear like meal replacement, I was just expecting it to be like, well, yeah, they had to put all the vegetables in there, so it's going to taste like a green smoothie with some chocolate, in there. But it literally tastes like chocolate milk, man. They're so good. They're like thick. They're like somewhere between like chocolate milk and like a milkshake. You know what I mean? Like they're a little bit thicker than just milk, and it's just like you're like, oh yeah, like it's so creamy and delicious. I love them.
Yeah, and they're the right amount of filling too. Like
yes.
if you're, I think like if you're trying to like either lose weight or if you go to the gym, obviously you care about like the protein, and 35 grams of protein is a nice chunk of protein, to have in a drink. Dude, I haven't had. This is I said I wanted to finish the chocolate peanut butter before I open this is the last one. And I completely forgot. And I was so mad at myself. I completely forgot that I was going to have this for lunch. Now I'm going to have it for dinner, and I'm so excited to finish this and then tomorrow to crack
the iced coffee. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. I cannot wait for the iced coffee. But yeah, I mean, it that hit a little different when you just said it was less than $5 a meal, considering that I just paid like $24 for some
DoorDash,
literally mall Japanese food. I feel like kind of like I'm gonna die.
That's crazy.
So yeah, the moment you said that, I was like, I can't believe I forgot that I had this.
Oh man, yeah. Oh. So they're great. They're delicious. Tons of flavors, and then they also have the Black Edition, which is the same like line of drinks, but they also have the powder form. So if you are on the go, some people like to mix it with something different.
Meg loves that.
Yeah, some people like to mix it with water or almond milk or a certain type of milk or whole milk or skim milk or whatever. So it's the same Black Edition. It's got like the same macros and stuff like that, but it's in powder form. So you can take it on the go. You can mix it with whatever you want. So they've got the Black Edition powder and the Black Edition RTD ready to drink. And dude, they're so good. So if you're trying to stay consistent, this combo makes it stupid easy. With our limited time offer, you can get Huel today with our exclusive offer and get 15% off online using code Pogcast at Huel.com/Pogcast. New customers only. Thank you to Huel for partnering and supporting our show. And when they ask where you heard about them, please let them know. I think there's normally a survey at the end. You could let them know that we sent you. Once again, that is code Pogcast at Huel.com/Pogcast. Thank you to Huel for sponsoring this episode. Bang bang.
Bing bing
Bing
bing
bing
bing.
bing bing. I'm trying to think if there's any other like gaming news. They announced, well, yeah, today Sony did like a little state of play thing, and they announced the open beta for Marathon, and that is, I think, the last weekend of February, like the 26th. Yeah, I think it started 26, 27, 28. So crazy. I mean, we had that conversation last week. At the end of the day, they're putting their nuts on the table, and I think it's like free. Like everybody, it's not like codes. It's not just content creators. It's like sign up, and you can play for like 4 days or something like that before it comes out. So it's like, well, I guess it's like that's a great thing for them to do. That's a pro consumer thing for them to do, to be like, hey, I mean, obviously the pre-orders have been enabled for weeks, so it's like, you know, don't pre-order games, but obviously people are going to. But it's nice that you can taste the meal before you have to eat it. So we'll see. Very intriguing. Excuse me. The other gaming thing that I found really interesting, have you heard, I doubt it, but just like, did you happen to see the trailer for the game Wardogs?
Wasn't that already like a thing back in the
I'm
day?
sure the amount of games with the words of war and dogs, beautiful dogs, Nintendogs. Yeah.
Wardogs. Wardogs was a fucking movie with Jonah Hill.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right.
Okay, I feel like I'm watching Battlefield trailer, except on like medium graphics.
So, did you ever play back in the day? I didn't. I missed this whole thing. But Arma, King of the Hill?
No.
Okay. So it's basically Arma, King of the Hill, the game, 2026 edition. And it's pretty interesting. It's like, so as far as I understand, it's like one big giant, like almost like domination. There's like one point, and the point is huge, and whatever team is on the point and like owns it for the longest wins. And so they said rounds last anywhere between 35 minutes and like 2 hours, depending on like how close it goes. But it's 3 teams of 33. They say 100 players, so I don't know where that last player is going to go, but it's 3 teams of 33 and it's like a huge ass map. And there's a lot. They're doing a lot of, once again, I never played Arma King of the Hill, so I have no idea how much of this is like similar or different. But it's funny they put in the trailer not an extraction shooter, which I found funny. Like that's one of the text pop-ups that comes up. But it's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's interesting because there's like some sort of persistent, instead of stash, it's money. So everything you do in the game, you get paid for. So like you get a kill, that's like $1,000. You heal a teammate, that's money. You capture a point, that's money. You whatever. And then you can use that money to buy better gear in game. And then when you win, like when you win a match, you keep the money. It like carries over to like a persistent stash of money. And that money can then be like turned into gold, not real gold, but like game gold that you can then buy cosmetics with. So apparently all the cosmetics in the game, there will be no premium currency. You can't buy them with money. You can only buy them by playing the game and earning cash and then turning that cash into gold and then buying it. We'll see how long that lasts. But it's like, it's a weird way for them to try to promote like teamwork, because when you die, you lose everything on you like an extraction shooter. So when you start, you have to buy a kit with you, and everybody starts with like 5K. And so if you just go off on your own and do your own thing and you die a bunch of times, you're going to end up with nothing and no money. And then you'll just have to like run around with a pistol. So that's like a way for them to promote, like stay with people, try to like, if you, there's like vehicles. So you personally might save up $100,000 and buy a helicopter. But like every time you transport troops, you're like getting paid for that. So then you can like farm up a ton of money. And so it's like, I don't know. It was super weird. I'm not doing it justice, but the game looked, the reason, this is why I brought it up, was because it's in the conversation for me of like the finals, High Guard, Wardogs. Like game that is 10 other genres trying to do something different that will likely either immediately get written off as horrible or maybe be great. Does that make sense? Like, right, we have so many.
Is it 10 genres?
It seems
like
much
is
less
one genre except like normally like a game like Battlefield has like 5 game modes. This is one game mode.
Yes, this is one game mode, but this game mode borrows things from extraction shooters, battle royales, and like Battlefield. Okay, I don't know what you would call Battlefield. I guess Battlefield's it's not like an arena shooter like a 5v5 Call of Duty thing. Like what do you call
Battlefield?
Big
Is
team?
Battlefield. It's
that's true.
Battlefield, the Battlefield, I'm like, I don't know if anybody does this, but I do. Battlefield is, to me, its own genre, which is Call of Duty, except there's like 10x the players, the map is 10x the size, and there's vehicles. Yeah. Which for someone like me means I'm constantly spawning in an annoying place and running forever, and I never know where anyone is, and then I die. And
yes.
It's not fun.
Yes. But that's why this intrigues me. Once again, like it could not play out like this at all, but in the trailer and in like the interviews they did, it feels more like a Tarkov raid where like Battlefield. Okay, we're probably going to get yelled at for this by Battlefield fans, but I am like you, where to me Battlefield is like spawn, run to the front line, die, spawn, run to the front line, die, spawn, run to the front line, die. Like that is my Battlefield experience. Tarkov is like spawn, fucking lock in. What was that? Who's that over there? And it feels like with the money thing, they're basically using that as a way to like force you to care about your life more than in Battlefield, but less than in Tarkov. Does that make sense? Like when you're dying, you're like, when you win a match of this, you can't take that gear with you, but you can take your extra money with you. And so they're trying to, it feels like what they're trying to do is like lock you in more than that, where like it's this big open world and there are people everywhere and you're trying to flank around. There's not like base building, but you can like build like a FOB, like a forward operating base. And then from there you can like resupply. It's very like Arma coded as well. And like the hill where the capture point is, it's not fixed like in like Battlefield, where it's like point A, B, and C are always the same. Like that circle that is the point moves. So dude, so I don't know. Once again, I'm not like, I have no idea. They've released like one trailer, but it's, yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not necessarily 10 genres, but it's like 10 games. It's like a little bit of Battlefield, a bit of Arma, a little bit of Squad, a little bit of BR,
in my life.
a little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Tarkov. And I'm not saying this game is going to be good, but I just like that people are doing this now instead of like, we're Tarkov, but with heroes, we're Tarkov, but with this. I like the whole, like, we're a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then maybe nobody likes it. You know what I mean? Like the finals, I still think is one of the most underrated games of all time. I don't know. It just seemed interesting is basically all I'm saying. It seemed interesting.
What was the name of that other game?
High Guard
came out. High Guard.
I literally just saw a tweet. High Guard fired like 20% of its workforce.
There's 1,000 people playing right now.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
How do you spell Jeff Keighley? Never mind, I found it.
Isn't it Kne?
Keigley.
Oh, GH.
A large part of the Wildlight Entertainment team that worked on High Guard has been laid off just 16 days after release.
Yeah, well, it's done.
Yeah.
They don't need them anymore, and they're not making any money. And
once again,
they're all going to be fine.
Once again, I'm not saying Wardogs is going to be the next big thing. It literally, like, this is just as deep as, like, I saw a trailer that looked interesting. Because, bro, we've been talking about this for a while. It's just so hard. Like, it's hard for games to come out in established genres now. Like Spectre Divide.
No, it's not. It's but only when you spend $100 million fucking dollars and all this other bullshit. If you make a game with two people with mediocre graphics,
yes,
and it's a game, then you make millions of dollars and it doesn't matter.
No, I don't think that applies to multiplayer games. Like I agree with you.
Every multiplayer is made by a AAA company for millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, but where's the Mewgenics then? Where's the multiplayer game that was made by two people that took 8 years? Like, I'm saying, like, what's the example of Mewgenics or Binding of Isaac or something in the multiplayer space? PvP multiplayer. So a great example recently is like Arrowhead Studios, which would be considered more of like a AA studio. They did, I think, by the way, don't kill me if that's wrong, but they did Helldivers. That's a multiplayer game. It's a PvE multiplayer game. It's not PvP, but that game took the fuck off. That game was amazing. But
yeah, I mean, I think I don't think anybody's going to be making like an indie multiplayer. The reason why is because like the server infrastructure is so fucking expensive.
Yes.
Like you're just not. It's not.
But that's
the same.
what I'm saying. Whether you're a 10-man team, 100-man team, or 1,000-man team, what I just think it's hard to enter not all, but certain genres of player versus player multiplayer game. Like Delta Force got a ton of really good reviews. Their Battlefield side, not the Tarkov side. A lot of really good reviews. And then that kind of just like petered off and people went back to Battlefield. Like Spectre Divide was Shroud worked with that game, and it was supposed to like really, be a new thing to the 5v5 Counter-Strike, like Valorant thing, tac shooter, I guess is what that's called. And then they closed that game down. Like it's hard to bring something brand new. And I don't even like, I think this is partially from the gamer's perspective too. Like gamers I was talking about this to Onyx because I was playing with him, and he's like a COD guy. Like he grew up playing COD, and he played a lot of DMZ, and like that was a lot of his content was like a lot of COD stuff. And we were talking about how like some of these genres or some of these games are stuck in the loop of wanting it. I wish it was like it was before. And why don't these people ever innovate? And it's like, you're just stuck in the loop. Like Battlefield was the same thing. Like Battlefield 5, I forget what they're all called now, was supposed to be like new, we're changing everything up. And everyone was like, fuck that. And then Battlefield 6 was like, no, we're going right back to the way things were. You know what I mean? Like Call of Duty was like, it's like this circle. And so you just like, you have the games that service the audiences really well, whether people hate them or love them, like Battlefield, like COD, like Counter-Strike, like Valorant. And it's hard for games to come in like, and this is a question to you, but also to like chat. and then maybe the comments as well. Has there been any recent battle royales, tac shooters, arena shooters, or big team battle shooters, I guess you can call it Battlefield, those genres, multiplayer PvP, that have been successful recently? I don't know. Maybe there's a blind spot. Maybe there was a brand new Battlefield S game that came out that's fucking crushing. But a couple, not all gaming, but a couple of these genres, the player versus player, multiplayer games, those genres feel so like locked down recently. And maybe that's because nobody's made the right formula. Or maybe that's because, yeah, X-Defiant was another one. Yeah, dude, X-Defiant was another one. That game was like the COD killer. They marketed that game like they took the top 10 complaints about Call of Duty. Like SBMM was too strict. The server tick rate was too slow. They literally took the top 10 complaints. They made a game around those top 10 complaints and then marketed it as like, we are the game for the players. And like 3 weeks later had like 7 players. Like, dude, it's so weird.
That's the game. Oh, X-Defiant. Yeah.
We got, me and Hambino got a sponsorship to play X-Defiant. We signed the contract. After we signed the contract, they announced X-Defiant was shutting down. And we were like, and they were like, well, we'll pay you if you want to play it. And so I made the title of my stream, Farewell X-Defiant, #ad, and played for 2 hours. It was crazy. It was the craziest experience to get sponsored to play a game that was dying. They had an end date. It was crazy, bro.
I wonder if they were just like, well, we're either they didn't give a fuck, or they were like, well, we're actually genuinely contractually obligated.
Yeah, because I think the money came out of Ubisoft hand and already was paid to the ad agencies. And then the ad agencies have to spend it on X-Defiant. They can't spend it on something else. So they were just like, we'll pay you. So
I mean, one of their, I can tell you one of the immediate flaws was having their like cover art be the fucking like mask.
Oh yeah.
That I instantly think of Tarkov, which instantly, when you saw it in Tarkov, you instantly thought of whatever the fuck that other game was that it like stole it from. What was the game?
I don't know.
Not Borderlands. Come on, what was the game, chat, that had that? What is that mask called?
The X-Defiant one, is that the CQCM? Or was that the Ronin mask? Payday?
No, not Payday. No, not the Ronin one. It was the one that has like the scar in the eye, like the
oh my god,
shattered mask.
Shattered mask. That is the shattered mask. I don't know what game. I feel like Tarkov was the first game I saw it in.
Maybe that just.
Oh my god! If you Google shattered mask Tarkov, one of my videos pops up. Why are people using this in Tarkov? Is it meme or is it meta? Wow.
You're famous, confirmed, bro.
Sheesh.
Oh, the shattered lightweight mask is a parody of the ballistic face mask from the video game series Army of Two.
Army of Two.
What's the other mask though? There's another mask that's like the shattered mask.
I don't know.
Come on, Tarkov Andy. Oh my god, there was someone that rated me the other day that they're like a Majora's Mask, yeah. They were like a politics kind of streamer, and they had just finished. They watched all 7 hours of my video on stream.
Oh my god!
I went and just like skimmed to see what the reaction was. It was funny because they were like, "Yeah, what other politics content have they made?" And they went back and like. They're like, oh, they're just a Tarkov Andy.
Oh god.
Like,
oh god.
I like literally. I don't think I've ever heard myself described as a Tarkov Andy.
Yeah.
It was like,
and especially
Jesus
never
Christ.
when you've been less of a Tarkov Andy.
Yeah. So I instantly felt like I wanted to be like, okay, I guess I just need to.
Yep.
Just eat it.
Eat it,
dude. I'm telling you, there's another mask.
I don't know, man.
Whatever.
Anyways, it's just been interesting to see, and maybe nobody's just hit the right formula yet. Like maybe there is an Arc Raiders for the Battle Royale genre or whatever. But I just feel like based on what the past couple of years have looked like, I'm hard pressed to believe that a Battle Royale, attack shooter, a Battlefield style game, or an arena shooter, a 5v5 like arena shooter, I'm like, I would just put my money on those genres are optimized. If each of those genres started as a sponge full of water, there's nothing left to squeeze. And I think that will also happen one day to extraction shooters, right? Like, I think that's kind of just what happens. I don't think we're there yet with extraction shooters, but like, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love for like a Battle Royale to come out next year that like, holy shit, reinvigorates the Battle Royale genre. I just don't know.
I mean, they're going to have to reinvent it, but nobody's...
Yes.
There's no...
But then that's the thing. The Battle Royale community is going to be like, I miss when, PUBG, I miss when Fortnite. But then for a game to even get any remotely kind of playtime, they have to innovate. It has to be like, this is a Battle Royale, but... And then you kind of get those two things conflicting, which I'm not even saying people are stupid for. I think that's like
it's the grass is greener
kind of
mentality of you get sick of a thing. I crave fucking Red Baron pizzas, then I eat that every day for like a month, and then it's like I never want it again until a year later when I forget how good Red Baron pizzas are. People. Yeah, and I mean,
I'm not even saying necessarily this is a bad thing. I think like it kind of feels like a natural thing that like the Battle Royale craze is over. And there are still Battle Royales with tons of players in them, but I don't know that a brand new Battle Royale is going to come out that's going to have the Fortnite effect or the PUBG effect or whatever. And I kind of think that's natural. It's weird that doesn't happen as much in single player games. Like there will never not be a new RPG coming that people aren't excited for. Right? Like Expedition 33 can come out and The Witcher 4 can come out and Elder Scrolls 9 can come out. And there can always be like that kind of always churns, that wheel always churns. But for player versus player multiplayer games, I feel like there's like an optimization level where it's like Battle Royales are less fun now because everybody knows how to play Battle Royales the best. And everybody just plays them the best. And then it's just like, and it's like Counter-Strike, attack shooters are done because it's like, what can you do that Counter-Strike hasn't done better? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but the fun with all those other genres comes from the discovery.
Yeah.
Experiencing the story for the first time, learning the mechanics.
Oh, yes. Those single-player games, for sure.
With FPS games, what is there? There's nothing to get excited about other than it's a game, but with a thing, and that thing is never fucking exciting.
No,
it's never exciting.
Yeah, how do I put that? I'm totally tracking with you where it's like this
is hamburgers but with candy on it. It's
like,
okay.
the loop has to be, the loop is everything. It carries everything. Right? Like the actual like mechanic of like drop in, shoot people and win. That is everything. Like there's not narrative, there's not story, but in a single player game, the narrative can be the strongest part, or like the trading, or like the mechanics, the environment can be the strongest part. Like no one's ever playing. I played PUBG for the world, but some people play Skyrim still today for just to mosey around. You know what I mean? And so it's like, there really is one component. It is just like how to start and then get to win. That is the component of PvP games, and that's harder to.
Yeah, I'm sure that there are like videos like this out there, but I don't know. I can't possibly take it seriously where it's like, here's the optimal fucking ranger class in a game where it's like, you want the UMP with the vertical grip and it's like, fucking God. Like they're so shallow in terms of anything other than raw mechanical stuff, which all a new game means is that you have to start all over. And for most people, like casual people who are like just trying to get the hang of this new fucking thing, they don't have to go and learn a new other thing. And I think with most of these games too, there's like, and this kind of goes back to what I was talking about last week with like the marathon stuff, is like I feel like not only do the game developers have to overcome the just general malaise of everyone of like another game, huh? oh, Battlefield 97, like, oh, okay, this isn't Battlefield, but it's a Battlefield clone with another company that's going to do something. You not only do you have to get over the general sort of meh, but you also then have to get over what can sometimes be self-fulfilling prophecy of this game is going to be dead on arrival, this game is going to fail.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can prevent people from even getting interested in or invested in a game before it comes out.
For sure.
But, and this is actually, now I realize too that this also applies to Marathon, but I wasn't even thinking about this when I was saying it. There's something about like there's like a cadence to the response to the response to the response to the response, where it's like it just depends on if this is your release date, okay, and this is like the time period as you're approaching the release date of like people hate it, people are talking shit. Well, no, there's a response to people defending why the game is good, and the tide turns a little bit, and it's like it just depends on where the line is. Arbitrarily over, you know what I mean? Like,
no. I'm with you. I'm tracking.
So I just feel like the genre has so much working against it in that nobody has really, like, there just hasn't been enough oomph in the last 10 years when it comes to these things. It was like Tarkov and like one or two other things that really maybe arguably had an effect, but otherwise, like, you think about RPGs, you know, like, I mean, even just like Expedition 33, I don't know, maybe I'm out of the loop, but that game came out of fucking nowhere. Yeah. It just released, and it's like...
That's a great example as well. The Hype Machine.
It's anti-self-fulfilling.
It's anti-self-fulfilling, yeah.
But then again, suddenly came Vanguard or fucking Ashguard or whatever the fuck it was, where it was like, didn't they just come out and were like, here's the game? Yeah. And that also just, so it just, you know, like...
Well, you know what? An interesting thing to your point is they wanted to do that, but they couldn't keep it in their pants. They released one trailer at the Game Awards, and then all of a sudden, all these industry people were like, guys, this is the best game ever. And immediately the reaction to that was like, fuck, you know, it's not. And then that ended up working against them, because by the time it launched, they wanted to do the whole, we're here and it's brand new, but they had leaked just enough that everyone went, that game's going to suck. And then...
And if like, you know, Polygon, I'm making this up, but if like Polygon hadn't come out with the like, this is going to be a 10 out of 10 game, if they hadn't come out with that, I guarantee you history would have been different.
I agree.
It could have been trending on the charts right now.
I agree.
Because imagine if there was no hype, it came out, and then like an Asmongold or whatever did like this game is actually incredible, because there wasn't the preconceived.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enter this into like I'm gonna enter into this with the whole they said it was gonna be good, I'm ready for it to be shit mentality. So again, that's that whole arbitrary.
Yeah. It's a very interesting cycle for sure. The last thing I remember was like Apex Legends. Apex Legends was the last game I remember that literally like they were like, here's the trailer, available now. And that blew up in the BR space like that. It's still to this day like one of the titans of the BR space. But anyways, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You go.
Bro, I was going to show something kind of unrelated.
Oh, okay. So all that to say, that's so basically, in light of the conversation we had the past like 7 minutes, that's why, once again, I'm not saying Wardogs is going to be a good game. That's why it intrigues me.
DOA, Dead on Arrival.
Yeah, that's why it intrigues me.
I'm saying that because that will increase the
it will actually increase the likelihood it's fun. That's why it intrigues me, because it's not Battlefield. It's actually, and somebody mentioned this, it's actually in a weird way, going back to the beginning. It's funny how many entire genres of games came out of Arma. Like DayZ was an Arma mod, and DayZ basically birthed the modern survival game. Not that it was the only one, but like the modern survival game. Battle Royale was like the I think it was like an H1Z1 or an Arma mod that then, PUBG was an Arma mod, and then it became PUBG. Yeah, so like the Battle Royale genre came out of Arma. And back then, when those mods were the most popular, like the popular Arma mods, King of the Hill was like one of the most popular like game modes in Arma. And so it's funny, it's like they almost are going back to the beginning, and like, what if we took that mod and made it its own game. I've never played it. Once again, this is in no way like a Glaze Fest or me predicting that Wardogs is going to be good. But I think that's why it struck something with me, because it's like, oh, it's just different. It's just new to me. If you played Arma King of the Hill, it's probably not very new to you, but it's like new to me. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So it'll be, yeah, I don't know,
dude. They need to think outside the box. Like, I need a shooter where you pull out your gun and whoever's bullet hits first, that's who gets the first move in like a turn-based card game, where each card is a medium difficulty Sudoku that you have to solve.
You should look up Out of Action. That's the Mewgenics of shooters right now. It was like I genuinely think it was one human being. I followed this guy on Twitter like 4 years ago when the first trailer for the game came out, and one dude made it, and it came out like last week. I don't think anybody's playing it, but it looks kind of cool.
Okay, so the little like preview I'm getting on Chrome, kind of the way that my like Chrome window is sized right now, because I have it side by side. It's a thumbnail from a YouTuber's video that this is sick, and all I can see is ISIS. IS, like this is. I just see IS, and I was just like, oh, ISIS, cool. What the fuck?
ISIS the game. Yeah, 0-bit it did Out of Action came out. Now, it's not what you were asking for in terms of like whoever shoots first gets to play a card game and then, casts a spell. But it's
it's 90% joking.
Yeah, it's what you were talking about earlier, where it's like it's a game that isn't a studio, there's no budget. It was like a dude made it over the past 5 years. And it came out. That's a shooter. Anyways. So that was Wardogs. Looks interesting. We'll see. I don't even know if there's like a release date. It was literally just like the initial trailer.
Well, what I can say now is that the title's dog shit. But
yeah, well,
I mean, unless Jonah Hill is the playable character in the game,
could be.
Now I do want to play what I just came across.
Could be.
This came out literally within the last 12 hours. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't want to say, this is so funny. I'm not even going to say. Have you seen any trailers that have been announced? Like PS5 games announced trailer? Okay.
Not in the last 12 hours.
So I'm not going to say what, it'll be instantly obvious. But the fact that it's titled Untitled, such a thing, game. Untitled. Like, imagine it was like Untitled Halo game. Which I was like, that's interesting.
Wasn't there a game called Untitled Goose Game?
That's a great question.
Not actual gameplay. Sewing game. No. Tailoring game.
A man with your skill set must be able to move unconstrained, unrestricted.
Untitled John Wick
He
game?
must be versatile.
Untitled John Wick game.
Adaptable. He must be grounded, stable, constant.
I'm thinking I'm back.
They got the reload, the classic John Wick reload. Did he just block those bullets with his arm?
Yeah, his suit's bulletproof.
I believe you are ready, sir.
Yeah. That like weirdly did not look like Keanu Reeves. So it's literally called Untitled John Wick game. Hopefully that means that they will have a title for it, and it's not like called Untitled John Wick game.
That would be fucking hilarious. Creating collaboration with blah blah blah. Then wait, what? Wait. Now I can't actually tell. I thought the story will be but this time in a currently untitled game. That was from IGN, but on PlayStation, it says the new untitled John Wick game will feature. What the fuck? I don't know. So
that's funny.
That's funny. I just watched Lightweight Reaction fucking reacting to all 4 or 5
John Wick
movies. And actually I'd only ever seen the first one.
I haven't seen the last one. I think I've seen the first 3.
And honestly, like, that's the kind of movie that, like, I would see the first one. I don't know that I would, like, get out of bed to, like, watch.
Yeah.
But, like, I'll watch someone else watch it along with them, especially because, like, the reactions, usually for copyright reasons, end up cutting out a ton, but it's kind of like all the filler.
Yeah.
And especially if it's a movie like Interstellar, I've seen it 57 times.
Yeah.
I'm cool with them cutting out everything and just going right to like the
moments.
So it's nice to watch a movie in 40 minutes and also have watched someone, react to all of the story beats and everything. But I don't know. I wonder that, I mean, I feel like that could be cool. If it's like I almost want to say Max Payne-esque kind of experience.
Yeah. Max Payne.
Although I will say, it seemed like the game needs to be like, it was at 80% speed.
Yeah. It's
like watching
slow.
the movies. It's a lot more.
Okay,
like,
dude.
I was just like, bro, what are you doing? You've killed 4 people in the movie by then.
During the trailer, I was thinking in my brain, damn, watching all my YouTube videos at 2x speed has really fucked me. Because I was like, this feels really slow, but I just assumed it was me.
No, I just watched the movies.
Yeah.
Now, I think maybe they sped up as they went along.
Yeah, probably. Well, here's the thing. The thing that's fun about the John Wick violence is the choreography of it. It's, him ejecting a mag into a guy's face to buy him the time to do all this stuff. And you can't really do that with gameplay. Like, it's largely just like sit behind a desk and then shoot. That's what players end up doing.
Oh, no. I mean, but so there's like a whole genre of game. I don't even know what you'd call it. And it's not really a genre, but like there are games where, like, in a way, the choreography is a part of the experience. What's that? I want to try to find it. Well, so first of all, remember watching the people do those fucking highlight videos of Cyberpunk? Where there was
yeah.
That kind of game can be incredible if the player controller is done right, and if you have the ability to kind of like flick the mag, and maybe part of it needs to be slowed down a little bit because none of us with our controllers have the ability to react that fast. So, which is almost like either the bullet time, like I said with the Max Payne stuff, or even what was that mode called? It was like an initialism in Fallout. So like
VATS.
I was like sips, mats, max.
yeah.
Or in Red Dead Redemption, how it's like when you can go like
the bullet time. Yeah,
just like that kind of thing.
For sure, yeah, and maybe you said Max Payne. I think Max Payne also had the bullet time type of stuff too.
Max Payne is where bullet time came from.
I'm just saying, yeah. Once again, I'm not saying I think the game is going to be bad. I'm just saying it's like a lot of times, like fighting games, it's easier to do that because like people are so close to you and they're like telegraphing their attacks. You can counter this, counter that, counter this, counter that. But with like a shooting game, you're trying to like shoot people. It just feels like, unless they bring in some sort of like Wick time mechanic, you know what I mean, where you're like.
Well, I mean, most of half of the deaths are hand-to-hand combat.
That is
in
kind of
John Wick.
true.
It's like bang bang.
That is kind of true.
Grab a
Yeah,
knife,
yeah.
throw the knife.
It's
guy comes up
largely
behind
like
you.
a fighting game with a Glock.
Yeah, which could be incredible,
Which
right?
could
Like,
be sick,
he's not
yeah.
going, you know, he's like,
That is very true.
stab,
That's
punch
funny.
a guy, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that could be there was this one game that I want to say was inspired by a movie that's very like martial arts, Asian cinema kind of thing that
Okay.
I might be dreaming about something that was actually a movie, but I want to say there was a game where like having like a 1v20 fight scene was like really satisfying. It wasn't just like
In like
mashing
cinematic.
A button.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments I'm sure will
Oh
will
yeah,
say
that
what I'm talking
obscure
about.
Asian game. Yeah. They'll hit it.
Shifu, maybe? Shifu? Chinese term. Okay, wait. Gameplay. Shifu gameplay.
Sifu.
Oh, Sifu. Official combat system gameplay trailer. Oh, wait. Yes. Oh, Batman.
Yeah, the
Batman
Arkham
games or another
yeah.
one. So this might be it here.
Right timing, you can parry incoming blows, allowing you to stop your enemies and counterattack, or to throw them away in any direction. Some strikes will be too strong to block or deflect, and you will need to evade.
Okay, this is Resident Sleeper.
I've heard this game is great though. I've heard a lot about Sifu.
I've heard really good things about it too. But yeah, I can totally imagine like with a good design like that, you could have John Wick be like really satisfying
Yeah.
gameplay.
Dude, speaking of Batman games, I saw this horror game come out, or maybe it was a trailer or something. I saw like a short about it, and I was like, "Whoa!" It's a horror game where you're playing a criminal, and Batman is hunting you. It's not really Batman. It's legally distinct Batman, but Batman is the villain. You're the criminal. And so, you know how in all the movies, the criminal's
It's
like
Bat Space Man.
Yeah, or something. It's like in all the movies, right? It's like you have the criminal with the thing and he's like got the gun and then the lightning strikes and fucking Batman is there and then he just disappears. It's like that, but you're the criminal or whatever. And I thought that was like a hilarious idea.
I feel like I might have seen that also, but maybe the way you describe it, it might be.
Oh yeah,
be
0 bit.
different.
Dang, he already has the short. Holy moly. Yeah, and it's co-op, so it's like I think it's like an asymmetric co-op thing where like you and your friends, and then like one person is playing Batman or something. It looked crazy. What's it called? Does the game have a name yet?
It just says this new Batman game on the short, so clearly it's not.
Batman horror game.
I'm trying to think of. There was another game that I recently saw a trailer for, where it was something along. Maybe it was a roguelike. But it was along the same lines where it was like the roles were reversed. Untitled, not Batman game, yeah. Where it was like. Oh, no. It was like I think it was like a Binding of Isaac-esque game.
Okay.
Where, fuck, somebody help me in chat. I'm like right on the tip of it. I like you're fighting against like superheroes or gods or something, but you're like just a normal dude. Oh, someone chat, you're so slow. Come on, I'm trusting you. Normally there's 20 people that have already spit it out. Fuck.
Binding of Isaac style game. It's called PON, the Batman game, by the way. I don't know what that stands for.
No, it's like a new game, like God of War. I'm not talking about
A new, so it's not out yet still?
I don't know. Someone showed me something last week that I think might be a thing that's either coming out or did come out. It's like, oh my fucking God. No, it's like this is new shit.
Okay.
I just want to say it's like a Fever Dream. Wait, is it Fever Dream? Game? Wait. Fever Dream. God, you son of a bitch! You say joke, by the way, but the only reason why I thought that is because I just fucking played a game called Fever Meme.
Meme.
And so it sounded familiar. Fucking goddamn it.
Anyways.
No, now I'm
The Batman
I'm
game
mad.
reminded you of it? Or were you just saying like there was another game I saw that looked interesting?
It was like, I don't know if you're playing as the villains or if you're like just a normal person and you're fighting against like, no, oh my God, wait, it's something like the enemies, the enemies are like as if it was someone playing the Binding of Isaac in the end game, where it's like procedurally generated random like Giga guy, and you have to fight them. Fucking God Almighty!
ChatGPT, look up my Chrome history.
I think I should. Yeah, you did, Zero. That's what I'm saying. Pull it up on your wish list. God damn it! And don't post it in chat because I'm not gonna just tell me the name of it. Damn it! I hate not being able to remember things. For things right on the fucking tip of your tongue.
Yep.
Ugh.
Well,
time's ticking, Zero. We're trying to like fucking you guys. You sent me a DM. I don't have Discord open. I'm not a plebeian.
What? I have Discord open on every computer all the time.
Because you talk to people online.
I do.
I only talk to you online twice a week when I go ready for the thing that we do twice a week.
And we go, yep.
Then I fucking Alt F4 the program.
That's crazy.
It's called Noobs Are Coming. Oh, wait. No, okay. So I had it double backwards. You play as the boss.
Okay.
And it's like a bunch of like Binding of Isaac late game procedurally generated like dudes come and fight you.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah, here, let's. Yeah, you play as the boss.
Oh. This is. Yeah, it's like Vampire Survivors meets Binding of Isaac.
Noobs are coming.
You are the boss. 1 to 4. What's that? Did they say 1v4 players?
Yeah, something like that. 1 to 4 players.
1 to 4 players. Okay. Interesting. Noobs are coming.
Yeah. I knew it was we had to hit me with the double whammy, double whammy.
Double, triple whammy, no whammy.
Very different from what I was thinking. Yeah,
Double dog whammy.
Based on my description, the fact that you guys said God of War and Dead by Daylight meant, yeah, I fucked up with my description.
You either play as the enemy or as the villain.
I mean, I think the part that was in my head that I didn't say that I thought was that it was like a new game.
Yeah.
Not the oldest shit you've ever.
Oh, that's fucking funny, dude. That's funny.
Heard.
Well, that is this. I almost said dispatches. That is the stuff. Lots of gaming related stuff. I'm excited to watch more Mewgenics. Yeah, that is the stuff. Thank you guys for hanging. As always, if you're interested in more content like this, you can go to patreon.com/thepogcastpod. Get early ad-free access to these episodes and additional episodes that we record just for you guys over there. We've hit some bangers recently. Slowed down on the depressy spaghetti, and we had some great, took a bunch of questions from the Discord and had some awesome conversations. Banger. So check that out. Thank you to Huel and Ridge for sponsoring this episode. Thank you for being here and for supporting and for listening/watching. We appreciate you. And we will definitely see y'all on the next one.
watch out for Batman.